Hey, unicorns. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, also known as the Pajama Grandma on purpose. Today is day 507 of What's She Up To Now? She being my initials, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom, and documenting the journey from the business journey as I transition from success in the brick and mortar world, the corporate world, the offline world to the online world. And my mission is to duplicate the success I had in the offline world in the online world. Not there yet. After 507 days, oh my God, I'm not there yet. But that's not what I want to talk about today. Just sharing the journey and what works, what doesn't work, the good, the bad, and the ugly, because sometimes it's really ugly and sometimes it works out well. But I want to talk about unicorns today. So I've got on my cute little unicorn pajamas. I guess it's kind of pajamas, a robe. It's a onesie. It's super cozy and soft, and pretty soon I won't be wearing it much because it's summer and it gets hot. It's way too hot to wear it in the summer. But I want to talk about unicorns because it's important that we realize that we are, each and every one of us, a unicorn. Now, we have to be a unicorn if we want to really succeed and create the businesses and the life that we want, especially online in this day and age of so much noise and weird stuff and loudness. And some of us are not inherently loud or noisy or flamboyant. Now you're like, okay, well, Sharon, you're sitting there in a unicorn pajamas, so how can you tell me that you're not loud or flamboyant? And you got this weird hairdo that looks like a kind of crooked unicorn horn hiding situation, and it kind of is, but it is really outside my comfort zone. It is outside my comfort zone for me to show up in my pajamas every day. And although I disguise it as it's my way of being comfortable, and I am comfortable, it's still way outside my comfort zone. And I've had to work to make it my comfort zone. And we have to do that with a lot of things. But my point about unicorns is, if you are not different, if you do not find a way to stand out, if you do not find a way to differentiate yourself from everybody else that is providing the same product or service as you, you are going to die. You will be in a race to the bottom based on price, and you will not be able to survive. You won't be able to make a living. Think of all of the coaches, all of the accountants, all of the hairdressers, all of the network marketers, all of the people starting restaurants that are dying because they're just like everybody else. They're me too. Nobody wants to do business, and we will in some instances when it comes to, electricity and gas and even cell phones, although they try to differentiate themselves. Certain commodities and services that we need to have as human beings to survive. Who argues about the water company? The water company doesn't have to differentiate themselves. For the most part, the garbage pickup doesn't have to differentiate themselves because it's the only service around. It's the only thing available to us. But if you are in an industry or a business where you have competition, where there's other people that do the same thing as you, you have got to have your unicorn on. You have got to have, they call it unique selling proposition, but it's got to be more than that. There has to be a compelling reason that people would want to do business with you. Either they'll do business with you because they're like you, or there's something about you that they can relate to, or because you do something unique and special and different, like a unicorn, in your business, and you provide them a better solution to the problems that they have, or you understand them better than anybody else does. But you've got to find something that causes people to be attracted to you, that makes it so that you stand out, that differentiates and makes you different than everybody else. If you don't, again, you might get some short-term success, but not anywhere near the amount of success that you deserve, not anywhere near the amount of satisfaction and joy out of what you do that you deserve. So think about this today. And if you're just selling a Me Too service, that's awesome, but just figure out, how do you add yourself to that component? Every industry, every business, and as much as we like to think we're all different in unicorns, anybody that's in a certain business or industry, there's a framework or a structure or a system that for success in that business or that industry. There's what works and what doesn't. Now, those things are always tweaking and changing all the time, but for the most part, the foundational things are set in stone. They're pretty much the foundational things that create success in anything, right? They are. And I'm not going to go into that today because it's not off topic. It's on topic, but it's not what I'm talking about today. I'm talking about, there is this framework. Just take my word for it. success in anything is a 5-step process. And success in any industry is that same 5-step process. And depending on the industry or the business, it might have been complicated to be a 1,000-step process or a 10-step process. But if you boil everything down, success is a 5-step process. And I've covered it before, and I'll cover it again, I'm sure, because people still tell me, well, what is that 5-step process? And I guess I'm shocked that in this day and age, people don't know it, but we don't. We're not taught it. We're not born understanding it. We're not born understanding anything. But we do know that inside we're all unique and special and different. But within our industry, there's a success framework. We want to take that success framework and follow that because it's going to work for me and everybody and you. But then we need to add us to that equation. We're the art. That's the science part of success. That's the formula. That's the, equals MC squared. That's the formula. That's 1 + 1 = 2. That is the science and the math that underlies and is the foundation of how our businesses and how our industry works. Now, that's about 90% of success. If you get in, you understand the system, and you just follow it and apply it, even if you're doing what everybody else does, you will have a much higher chance of success because you understand the framework and you're following the rules of the industry or the success system for the industry. Now, on top of that, if you take that other 10%, the art of it that is you, and you uniquely add you and your twist and your personality and your values and your beliefs and your systems, the way you tweak them on top of that system, on top of that framework, that's when the real magic happens. That's when you become the unicorn. That's when you become the number one in your industry, is merging that scientific part and that artistic part that is uniquely you to whatever business or product or service it is that you're providing to people, whatever solutions that you're providing to them. That is how you win in life, and especially in the business game. And don't be fooled. Business is a game. Our lives are a game. We don't know it, but we are playing the game of our lives every single day. And really, the purpose of our life is to just be happy and realize that well-being is our natural state. And if we can live with that and find ways to make ourselves happy and always be listening to what works for us, we're going to have a happy life. We're going to have a good life. Even though bad things are going to happen in all of our lives, we still have the ability to control our reaction and create good learning experiences out of everything that happens in our life. I'm a prime example of that. So what am I working on as I transition from the brick and mortar world to the online world? 90-day challenge, of course. Today is day 47. Yep, day 47. And we're working on the sideways presentation. And I'm breaking down this sideways presentation during the 90-day challenge because it provides an incredible way of influencing and persuading people and reaching people that you want to reach. And it's not manipulative because you only reach the people that need to be reached and and are open to hearing your message. So that's the power of influence, is the ability to break through all of the noise and all the clutter and all the nonsense and reach the people that we're trying to reach. So today is day 47, and I thought of a new thing today, which is perfect for me. It's robe. So we're going to be discussing the robe step of the sideways presentation. The sideways presentation phase 2 we're in today. Yeah, I know I complicate things, although I don't complicate them. I take complicated things and I break them down to super simple step-by-step, day-by-day things. And so we're on the day of the robe. I love this. I just came up with it today, and I've been thinking about it, and I'm like, oh my God, that's perfect. Robe is perfect. It's easy to remember, and I love things that are easy to remember. So I'm teaching that today, and then I'll do my actual example for my audience using the robe method. What else we got going on? That is my primary objective today. Working on a couple of other things. I've got a few things in the works that I've been really slow to roll on, and I don't know why. I guess maybe my heart's not in them, so I have to figure out either how to get my heart in them or let them go and do something else that my heart is in, right? Because I always want to be doing things that are in alignment with what makes me feel good, what's moving me in the direction that my life should go in. Not anybody else's, not the exes, not my kids, not my friends, not my family. Heaven knows I don't listen to my family on things. They would be mortified if they saw me doing a unicorn pajama video, and I'm sure someone will tell them and then they will be horrified and I'll hear all about it. But you know what? It doesn't matter. It makes me smile, makes me feel happy, and makes me feel good. And that is my purpose. That's my reason. That's what motivates and drives me. So what are you working on today? If you're working on anything that I can help you with respect to challenges, ClickFunnels, systems and processes and procedures for your business, finding things, finding the root cause of something in your business or in your life, hit me up in the messages and I would be glad to help. Have an absolutely fantastic day. And of course, I will be with you tomorrow to give you another update on what she's up to now, what I'm up to as I do transition from the brick and mortar world to the online world of business. Go out, make it an awesome day, and I'll of course be with you tomorrow. Bye. Be a unicorn.